Hey everybody. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to try and keep it super short. I'm running a little bit out of time this week before camp. Yay! We're just a few days away, but I just wanted to make sure that every student and parent hears the same message that we talked about at the parent meeting. So give me a moment here while I screen share the PowerPoint that we showed the kids and just a few things that we want you to know about camp before we come. So first and foremost, our biggest goal, for one, is that you guys experience who Jesus is, that you spend a week with our creator, the God who loves you, who made you, who wants a relationship with you. God just wants a week to just hang out with you, to show you how awesome he is. So in order for us to truly give you that experience, we have some other minor goals. We want to offer you the most amazing week. Let me change that. We want to offer each of you the most amazing week. We've got so many fun activities to do, from rafting, tubing, singing, playing, diving, catching, laughing, hollering, zip lining, water. We've got a big slip and slide ing. There's so many other ings that's going on. But in order to do that, we have to make sure that your safety, both emotionally and physically, are kept. Your safety is one of our number one priorities. And to be emotionally and physically safe, we have to understand that we are a large group, and with a large group comes a lot of personalities. So with all of that, in order to make sure that there's emotional and physical safety, we definitely have some rules. I want you to know that these rules come straight from Silver Birch. These are not Josh and Julie rules. These are rules that Silver Birch has asked that us as group directors share with you guys to make sure that everybody can have a fun and amazing week. Okay, so again, these are SBR policies. So first and foremost, the program of the day is the program of the day. These are not optional. So if it says that you have to be at breakfast at 8 o'clock, that we expect you to be at breakfast at 8 o'clock, and chapel jam at 9:15, and seminar at 10, and all of the things that we have scheduled. These are not options. These are the expectations. So something that is hard for kids is to know what time of the day it is. So parents, kids, we highly suggest that you buy some sort of waterproof, just cheap watch, not an Apple Watch, just some cheap watch to keep the time. I'll talk about this here in a minute later, but there are no phones at camp. So you won't be able to pull your phone out and look at the time. So we do suggest that you have a watch to make sure that we don't have to hunt around camp for you, because if we have to start hunting around camp for you, that just won't be good. So we do expect every cabin to do the activities that are available. We will never push your kids to do something beyond what they truly are comfortable with, but we will certainly highly encourage them to participate in these awesome experiences that they don't get at home, such as horseback riding or zip lining or tubing or whitewater rafting. It's a very calm whitewater raft, but they call it that. So we will highly encourage, but we will never force your kid to do something they are genuinely uncomfortable with. So this is our beach. It is awesome. It is filled with some really awesome things. There's definitely the lab and a lot of fun things, but with water, there's always water safety. So here at the beach, you cannot go on the dock when the lifeguard is not present. You may not use boats when a lifeguard is not on duty. And over on the right-hand side of that picture, we call it the point. It kind of comes out. There are hammocks set up there. Those are staff hammocks. Those are not for kids. So kids, if you see them, leave them alone. Okay. As far as the ski beach goes, this is the ski beach dock. It is not for swimming. There are no lifeguards there. The only time that you are allowed to be there is when your cabin has its designated tube time. So please do not get caught down there. That's a big no-no on camp, because again, even the best swimmers, we just saw that there was a USA swimmer that her coach had to dive in and get her from the bottom. So even the best swimmers, things happen. Water safety is super, super important. And then we have our horses. This is an amazing experience out at the barn. There's lots of fun things to do, but there's also a lot of dangerous things to do. Animals are unpredictable. Hay bales can kill you. There's lots of things that can cause you harm at the barn. So when a wrangler is not present, you may not be here. Okay. The biggest time that you're going to be able to be at the barn is in your free time, which is essentially from lunch until dinner. If you really want to go see the donkeys or the chickens or the goats, talk to your counselor, and your counselor can make that decision on whether they're willing to go with you. But if you see in the barn that big open door, that is 100% of the time you are not allowed to go in there. There are lots of dangerous equipment and tools and hay bales and all kinds of things. That is a no-go zone for campers. This is the tube hill. You may see this if you're walking out to archery. It's roped off for a reason. This is winter only. Stuff. Here is our blanket rule. If it is not yours, do not touch it. That goes for if it is not your canteen account, do not use someone else's. If it is not your bed, your pillow, your sleeping bag, your towel, your toothbrush, gross, your toothpaste, your snacks, they are not yours to touch. Just as a general rule of thumb, if your friend says, yeah, you can have one of my snacks, and they give you that permission one time to have a snack out of their bin, never their canteen account unless they physically buy it for you. But if your friend gives you that permission, they got a care package sent up to them, or they brought their own snacks up to camp, and your friend says, sure, you can have something, that does not give you carte blanche. It does not give you the option to go and eat all of their food all week long. One-time permission does not mean week-long permission. If it is not yours, do not touch it. Be a good human. Okay. We are not going to use foul language. We are not going to belittle other people or make fun of them. We are not going to create little cliques and not include other people. So no divisive behavior. And here is a number one huge thing that I need you all to hear. There are no pranks, zero, zilch, nothing. Not sure why my lights went off in my room. So with that being said, next thing, drugs, vape, alcohol, that is a zero tolerance that comes straight from Silver Birch. If you are caught with it, caught participating in it, that is a zero tolerance. That is immediately dismissal home. So that is not a slap on the hand. That is, we call your parents. We tell them to come get you. Moving on, clothes. The Silver Birch has a dress code policy on the conservative side of things. So this goes for everybody. If you are not swimming at the beach, you need to have a shirt on. So gentlemen, throw your shirt on once you're done swimming. Shorts must be a respectable length. So if your butt cheeks are hanging out when you bend over or when you walk, those are not long enough. Okay, so please have a respectable length, pair some athletic shorts. Just watch the length on their swimsuits, a one piece or a longer tankini. If you have a two piece and you just don't have time this week to get a new swimsuit, plan on having a shirt that you just throw over it and call it a day. Okay. No crop tops. So Josh thinks this is super awkward and weird when I say this, but just kind of follow the 3 B's, no bellies, butts, or boobs hanging out, and we will be okay. Transportation. By now, all of you are signed up for your transportation, so all is good. It is pick up and drop off location. If you are taking Silver Birch transportation, that is in Mount Prospect. I will be emailing out that address. We did not fill a bus, so this is our cheapest option. But get there, pack your own lunch for the way up to camp. Silver Birch will give you a lunch for the way home. If you have food allergies, please make sure that you contact Silver Birch like today. So that way, when they order all their food, they have all of your allergies set in place and they make sure they have food that will nourish you. Okay, canteen money. Canteen is essentially the camp store. You do not need to send any money. Your kid will be provided with 3 meals a day, and there's always peanut butter and jelly in the dining hall for free. So there's no need for this. But if this is something you do want to send your child up, this is where the candy, the soda, the ice cream, the t-shirts, the stickers, all of the little camp store things, the popcorn, the cheesy breadsticks, pizza, milkshakes, coffee, it's all in there. Things range from ring pops for 50 cents all the way up to an entire frozen pizza that they cook for you is $8. We've got milkshakes for $4. I send my kids about $20 and they don't always spend it all. My kids they like the dollar ice creams in the middle of the afternoon, and that's about it. But you have that conversation with your child about what the expectations are as far as the amount of money you want to send, don't want to send. And if you parents, you'll get a nightly report how much they're spending. Your nightly report is not accurate to what they are buying. It just tells you what your total amount. Fun side, quick story. Josh and Joshie were camping. Josh was Joshie's counselor a couple of years ago, and I got a nightly report that it said Joshie bought 10 candy bars. And I sent Josh a text right away. I'm like, what in the wide world of candy? Joshie bought 10 candy bars tonight? And Josh responded to me with, no, I bought a pretzel and a milkshake and an ice cream bar. I was like, okay. So what happens is they order stuff on one screen. It's not the greatest system, but they've got one computer that they order their things for inventory purposes and another computer that removes the money from the account. And the kids just, if you spend $7, they'll hit 7 candy bars just to get up to $7. So please don't, it drives me as mom crazy, but it is what it is. Just be prepared. You can always add more. You can always text me while we're up there and say, hey, can you tell my kid to slow their roll? They're not getting any more money. If you do want to give them money to buy a t-shirt, they are going to get 2 shirts. One, Josh and I bought them campus life shirts, so they'll get a campus life shirt, and 2, Silver Birch gives them a shirt. So there is no need for them to purchase a 3rd shirt. But some kids really they like the sweatshirts, they like the joggers, they like the whatever. That's a conversation again between you and your kid. On Silver Birch's website, they do have the camp store. So you can go through and see what is in the camp store and have that conversation with your kid beforehand on what you want to let them buy. Phones, parents, this is probably the hardest one for you. Kids are so busy and doing so many fun activities. They don't even notice their phone is gone. Parents, this is you. You want to send the text. How's it going? What's going on? Send me pictures. But parents, we are asking, for one, this is a Silver Birch policy. 2, this is a Youth for Christ campus life policy. No phones. We want kids to be completely removed from the distractions of the world so they can focus on building real relationships with people and being just in the moment. And I know that each of us can go back to those times of childhood where we truly were just kids and we didn't have all those distractions. So I know that you can respect that. You will get nightly emails from me, or I will definitely send pictures out. So you're going to know what's going on with your kid. Silver Birch also posts photos every single day. So you're going to know. It just might not be through them. So phones are a no-go. We will be putting them in a box. So if you do send a phone up for them to have on the bus on the way to and from camp, that's fine. But we will be taking their phones, putting them in a box and just keeping them in a safe place. So that way they don't get, snuck out later. We genuinely just want them to spend the time in nature, doing the activities, building real relationships, taking their eyes from going here to looking up and just making true, genuine connection. Okay. If you have more questions, please see Silver Birch's website. You can email me, you can text me. Josh says he's just kidding on the See Julie, but he's really not. Okay. So a couple other things that I just want to send your way. We play a lot of games every day that want kids to have a long sack. because instead of physically tagging people to make sure that we don't have too hard of tags or things like that, we have the kids put it on their hip, like kind of tuck it in their shorts, and we pull socks. And that's the way that we can keep hands off, that we don't have an accidental grabbing or pushing or shoving. It's just one extra safety step that we have. So bring a long sock. Other things for the cabin, make sure that you have 2 towels, one for the beach, one for your shower. I pack my kids command hooks, so that way, you know, the little sticky things, and I have them stick it onto their bunk so they can hang their towel up. Shoes, if you have an extra pair of shoes that you can do for the whitewater rafting that can get wet, closed-toed, that would be awesome. Don't, for the smell of the cabin's sake, please don't just send one pair of gym shoes that then they get wet and then they have to wear wet gym shoes all week long. Telling you, it gets stinky. So try and find, even if it is a second pair of old gym shoes, that's fine. We can leave them outside to dry, but if possible, please send at least 2 sets of shoes, one that can get wet, one that they'll use on a regular basis. I had a list. Weather-wise, it's looking great. In the morning, it is a little chilly. At night, it's a little chilly. During the day, it's pretty hot. So you will see some change of clothes going on in there. So be prepared for that. And I'm trying to think of some of the other questions that parents had. Pens, journals. Oh, it's cinch sacks. Cinch sacks are great. So they can throw their stuff in there. Bring a water bottle of your own. Again, there's always water available, water fountains, but kids like to have, just throw it in the cinch sack, bring it with, water bottle with them. That is a great thing to do. Every kid will have an opportunity to do one of the special things. They have what's called priority signups. So don't worry about, well, I don't know if my kid's going to know. Everything is signed up for by cabins. So no kid will ever be left out from an opportunity to do horseback riding, zip lining, and tubing. There is paintball. Paintball is the first hopper of paintballs is free. If they want to purchase a second hopper, if they went crazy with shooting a ton, each hopper is $5. So just keep that in mind. We went paintballing last year and only a couple kids wanted a second hopper. And that's just because they just wanted to shoot everything, trees, buildings. They didn't even care about the game. I highly suggest that when they go paintballing, if they choose to go, that they wear long sleeve pants, long sleeve shirt. Those paintballs hurt. But some kids barely get touched and other kids get blasted. They definitely have helmets and eye protection and all of that. The paint is washable, but there is no laundry service at camp. So don't send your best clothes. Last year we had some of our girls who went paintballing that they were a few splatters. When I say covered, they weren't covered. There was a few splatters, and then they said, well, let's go wash our clothes off at the beach. So they jumped in all their clothes and then decided they wanted to get out and roll in the sand and get filthy and jump back in. It was hilariously awesome. It's what kids do at camp. But please don't send them their best clothes. They're going to get wet and messy, and that's how childhood should be. I think that's it as far as the major things that we missed at the parent meeting, but just definitely please talk to your kids about the whole no phone thing. And please, 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 please talk to your kids about do not touch anyone else's stuff, as well as just being a good human, how to include kids who they may or may not know, and just pray for us. We're going to have an awesome week. I'm so excited for it. We had our counselor meeting last night. Our counselors are pumped. We prayed for each of your kids by name. We're going to have a great week. I am so confident in the awesome, awesome experience that we're going to have and the awesome things that God's going to do. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am going to attach a form that we ask that your kids sign, just so we have it, that your kids are aware of our expectations for behavior. And that way,
could you say that again?
we are all on the same page as we're walking up to camp. So guys, it's going to be great. I'm excited. Thanks for watching my video. Appreciate it. See you soon. Oh, I am frozen. What is going on here? All right, just kidding. Now I'll see you soon.